Hello wonderful person, this is Anton, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this really awesome space game called The Long Journey Home. This is a game that I found on Steam very recently and decided to give it a try and was pleasantly surprised about how awesome it is. Anyway, let's discover what this game is all about and welcome to What the Math. And I think the best way for me to actually explain how this game works is to start a completely new game, because if I just show you where I already am, it will not really help you figure out if this is a game for you. So I'm going to actually go to main menu here and start a completely new procedurally generated game where you get to choose 4 characters, you get to choose your ship, you get to choose your lander, and even a seed, which basically randomizes your galaxy. Each of these characters has slightly different abilities. They are all coming from different sort of environments. I'm going to just go for something different this time. I'm going to choose a researcher. Let's choose a archaeologist. We're gonna choose test pilot, and let's do botanist, because there's maybe some life we'll be able to find. There's several ships you can choose, and these basically differ in terms of stats on what they can do and how they can do it. One of my biggest problems usually is cargo space, so I'm going to go for the ship with the highest cargo space, and the same thing for lander as well. I'm gonna choose this one right here, Serenity. Plus, Serenity is an awesome name. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to start the game, and you get a choice here. You can either go with the story mode, which actually is highly recommended for someone who's just starting the game. You can choose the adventure mode, which basically is a kind of a never-ending sandbox mode. Or you can choose the rogue mode, which basically means once you die forever. I'm going to go for story mode, and I actually want to start with Earth, just so you can see how this game starts. This actually right here skips the tutorial, but this is just to begin the game. And when you just start the game, you basically start literally from the launch center, most likely somewhere in Cape Canaveral, and you get to launch your module and dock with the ship that's already in orbit. All of this is controlled manually, but it's all in 2 dimensions. Basically, it's kind of similar to really old games like Moonlander, for example. And here we go, we're going to connect or dock with our ship and begin our mission. We're going to start with the orbit of Earth, and our first mission is to actually go and land on Mars. And to land on Mars, we actually have to use Newtonian physics to accelerate and initiate a Hoffman's maneuver, but here, since the orbits are not shown to you, you have to do everything manually, and it is a little bit more involved, but also a little bit easier than actual space travel. So you can kind of see I'm controlling this. I'm going to actually maneuver myself to position myself for the intercept with Mars, and there's Mars. We're going to position ourselves just in the right way, get just enough velocity, and we need to basically enter this ring right there, and that will allow us to enter orbit of Mars by holding one of the buttons here. So here we go, and perfect, we're in orbit, and now we can actually just land. So this is kind of how you'll be doing most of the space travel. You'll be going from planet to planet or from asteroid belt to asteroid belt, landing and exploring various planetary surfaces using your lander. Now, because this is Mars here, the gravity is much lower than it is on other planets, and we just need to land in the location right there that's marked by a red dome-like shape. So here, we're going to just gently position ourselves right below it, kill all our lateral speed, and kill all of our vertical speed as well. And now we just have to visit this to talk to a randomly generated person by the name of Ash, who's going to give us EM tank. This is basically what we'll be using for but interstellar travel. Once you have this, return back to your ship, and right there you just saw about 50% of gameplay that this game has to offer. A lot of this game will be kind of done in this fashion. You'll be basically exploring planets, collecting resources, collecting things from different missions, and going around and essentially collecting items to do one thing or another. Now, this is what the ship looks like. So there's the comm here, which is basically communication with various aliens. Spoiler alert. There's a database which basically shows you the missions and the locations you visited. Also shows you the galaxy as you uncover it. This is the bridge where you get to see your actual ship. Lander is here. This is where you can repair it and refuel it. Resources, all of the stuff you've collected will be here. And everything here is used to either repair or refuel your ships. And quarters is where you basically get to see what people are up to. These are their conditions. This is basically their injuries and sicknesses. And if they ever reach a point where basically they get 5 of them, they end up dying. You can also choose who's going to land and who's going to control the landers. And I think this guy is better because he's actually a test pilot. So we're going to choose him. And lab is where you can actually choose various items you've collected for one thing or another. So right now we need to actually install this. And let's get the... Did we get the engineer? No, we didn't get the engineer. Okay, so we need to just use a random character. Sometimes these will fail if the character doesn't know how to do it. And depending on the items you collect, certain things might not actually work as planned. Now we have to refuel. And I think we're ready to go for 4 jumps. We can actually travel to 4 different locations. And these are represented by these 4 circles right here that you can then refuel as well. Okay, so now we can either go and land on other planets in our solar system, or basically escape and go to our next destination. And here, if I hold 2 buttons, I'm going to initiate my jump. And normally this was supposed to take us to Alpha Centauri, which is the nearest star system. But things obviously don't always go right, and you're going to end up in a completely procedurally generated location somewhere else in our galaxy. So we're basically going to end up in some other cluster far, far away, and you're about to find out how far. This is always different every time you start a new game. (37,847 parsecs). It's pretty far. Several, just over 100,000 light years away. Now, there's actually another mode here, which basically allows you to control the actual ship. And this kind of works similar to games like, well, basically any ship game where you have turrets on the side of the ship. So here I can enable my weapons and move around and basically fire. Now, the interesting thing here is that basically you can only fire to the side and then you have to reload your weapons. So you think of any naval battle game you can think of, and this is how all of the battles in this game will work. So every time you meet hostile enemies, hostile alien races, you'll have to do it this way. Anyway, so I need to quickly finish this, and I don't want to spoil anything for you. So I'm going to just finish this mission and show you the rest of the game. And so here we are in this system that we just discovered. There's actually already an alien species I see right there on the map. That's the green little dome that's flying around. I'm gonna go say hi to them. They might have a mission for us, and all of these are always procedurally generated, so it's kind of fun to explore. We also, oh, it's actually coming toward us. It's gonna come say hi to us. There's also a planet we have to visit for refueling, and here we go. They intercepted us. And they're going to say hi to us. I don't know what species this is going to be, but there's quite a lot of aliens in this game. And there's a lot of missions as well, where you can either make friends or make enemies or whatever. It's really up to you. So we can either answer the call or just attack them. Let's answer the call. Who's this? Oh, look at them. They're so cute. They make clicky noises. Anyway, so they're probably going to ask for help. And survival chance 7%. Alright, they basically are asking us to complete a mission for them, and this mission has now been added to our list of missions to complete. And there's that probe. I could have actually just attacked it as well and destroyed it using my weapons that you saw previously, but I obviously didn't do that. And if you ever meet any hostile species, you can always dispatch them using your weapons. But remember, hull damage can occur pretty quickly, and so if you don't repair your ship always, you might end up losing the game and you'll need to start from scratch. There's something else on the screen, something else that I don't actually know what that is, but I'm going to go visit that planet they asked me to visit. Now our mission actually takes us to this planet right here, I believe. So we're going to go and see what's on this planet. And I believe the species wants me to collect something from there. I wasn't really reading the mission log, unfortunately, mostly because I'm too busy talking and flying. But let's go check it out. Let's go land on this planet and see what's up. So here we go. We're going to approach it, get into its ring, and initiate the landing, or not landing, but orbital procedures, and then the landing procedures as well. Here we go. 2 seconds until we achieve orbit. And now we can go and land and see what's up. Okay, so here we go. This planet has 2 things. It actually has the little camp we can land on. And it also has some sort of a material we can collect. We'll do both. I'll show you how this works. So now we can actually go and visit this planet. As you can see, there's always something unusual about these planets. There's always something new. And this one seems to be already habitated by some sort of a species. The cute species we discovered previously. So, what is it going to ask us? They want us to collect their scanner probe. Alright, that's an easy mission. So, basically they want us to go and find that probe, and I think I saw it on the map earlier. It was that green probe flying around. But let's actually go and collect some materials as well. You can kind of see them right there on the right. We're going to mine some materials and bring them back to our ship as well. And the way it works is as follows. We have to land right here without crashing our ship, And here we go. Good enough. And now we're going to use the... Oh, wait, not yet. Here we go. And now we're going to use our miner. Oh no! I forgot that. So, okay, if you mine on a planet that's already inhabited by someone else, they do not like that very much. So basically, it's like stealing their resources. But because this is metal, I really need it. I need it, guys. I'm sorry. I need this metal because I needed to repair my ship and my my lander as well. Give me more. Give me more. Okay, 4. I'll go for 5. As you can see, it's using fuel, so if I use too much, unfortunately, I will not be able to return back to my ship. Okay, 5 metal, which means I can repair my lander and my ship. And yeah, I didn't really make friends with these guys because I stole their material, but what can you do? We're gonna have to make friends by completing the mission for them now. And the metal that I collected, I can now use to repair my lander. Just a little bit. Didn't repair it very much. I can also repair my ship apparently, but we'll do this later. Alright, so our mission is to shoot down a probe, which is perfect because I'll get to show you how the battles work in this game. But this is actually what the galaxy looks like. So I'm right now in my first system named Mira, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of systems, and these aliens are actually in several of them. And I can jump here next, or jump here next, and basically my goal is to travel back to Earth, and there's quite a lot of jumps I need to make before I can get back there. On the way to Earth, we'll obviously discover new races, new dangers, and new adventures, and all of this is always procedurally generated and always different, which makes this game super exciting and very replayable as well. Anyway, let's go and shoot down that probe that they asked us to shoot down, and we're also going to go visit the other planet and refuel, repair on it as well, because that's our main mission right now. Alright, here we go, we're approaching that probe, and you can kind of see the cool thing about this game is that it's actually relatively realistic when it comes to... Oh no, I missed it, darn it. It's very realistic when it comes to gravity, and in this case, it even bends space-time. You can kind of see how it's represented in this game. And if I approach this star too close, I will start experiencing some crazy effects. Wait, what is wrong with this star? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm also going to start experiencing radiation, which will very likely damage my ship quite dramatically. Anyway, we're going to try to intercept that probe. Alright, we're caught up with the probe, and so now it's time for us to try to shoot it down, because that's really the only way we can do this. Alright, let's do this. So here comes the first battle of the game, and we're basically just going to shoot it down. It's not even actually fighting back, so that's a little bit unfair, but what can you do? Boom, done. That's essentially how the battles work. Super easy battle this time, but yeah. And now we can actually collect whatever this is. Acquired energy core. Done! And so now that we've completed that mission, we can actually go and finish it and also go to the other planet and collect some materials for us to reach the next system. Anyway, I can actually go ahead and reach the next system now if I want, but I want to go and repair my ship, get some fuel, get some new resources, and potentially get a special item that often is on these planets. So when you actually try to land on some of these planets, they'll have some kind of a unique item for you to use and for you to get things from. Like, for example, this one game I found some sort of a flower that was convertible to a universal cure that I could then trade with aliens or even use on my own crew. But anyway, so that's kind of how this game works. Really, really original, super, super awesome. Definitely one of the more fun games I've played in a really long time, and quite an unusual space game, but also a game that I totally see myself coming back to many, many, many times, especially because of its procedurally generated nature. Alright, right now we're on a planet that has a lot of flowers, I guess? We're gonna go collect some resources, but also let's actually go and see what this dome mission is going to be about. And maybe we'll get some kind of a special item there. Look at these beautiful flowers, and look at the graphics in this game. Now, all in all, this is probably one of my most favorite games of 2017, and I definitely highly recommend it to anyone thinking about purchasing it, and, you know, give this game a try. The link for this game is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Come back tomorrow to learn something else. We're going to explore this, collect this chest bone of Ptah, part of the ancient warlord. And hopefully this will allow us to get something later on. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Space out. Let's return back to our ship. But first, collect some more items. Space out, and as always, bye-bye. Oh, by the way, forgot to show you. This is how you collect hydrogen. Look how awesome this is. You literally use a vacuum cleaner to just suck up this hydrogen from a volcano. What an awesome, awesome way of doing things, right? But you also have to kind of hover over it, which kind of makes it really hard.